I feel like as a light-skinned black woman, I don't fit the beauty standard because of the texture of my hair. Like, I just don't feel confident when I wear my natural hair texture. Like, I don't at all.
So him and his friends were having a conversation about what type of girls they like, light skin or dark skin. And my son said that he chose light skin. So I said, okay, well, what was your reason for choosing light skin? Why do you prefer light skinned girls? Now, for reference, my son is 13. He's in the 8th grade.
I'm glad you stopped by, amazing viewer. In light of these videos, we are going to discuss the concept of colorism and texturism. So this girl was vulnerable. She came to the internet to share her struggle as a light-skinned girl with 4C hair, natural 4C hair, her struggle and how it plays on her confidence. And she's not the first one. There are also dark-skinned girls who speak of natural 4C hair as the hardest to manage.
4C hair is the hardest, most toughest hair to manage. It is the coiliest, the kinkiest hair ever, okay? So it is all...
For context, this girl isn't mixed. She's black, but she's light-skinned. So we're going to now listen to what she had to say with her struggle being a light-skinned girl with a 4C type of hair. So this is Comfort for Life, and I bring to you a compilation of TikTok videos for educational purposes. If you're new here, consider subscribing, like the video, and let's dive into this.
I would like to speak on something. I know it can be like a touchy subject, but I want to talk about this because this is a struggle that I have had with my confidence ever since I can fucking remember. I am a very confident person, but the one thing I'm insecure about is my natural hair. Like, I feel like my natural hair is 4C. Like, it's coily, okay? And it shrinks so bad. And I've been getting relaxers ever since I was a child. I went natural for a couple of years, and I just could not bring myself to be comfortable with my natural hair. And I just feel like, especially like within our community, obviously there's texturism, but I also feel like, this is gonna sound so like kind of privileged, but I don't have to say it, but I just struggle with this. I feel like as a light-skinned black woman, I don't fit the beauty standard because of the texture of my hair. Like, I just don't feel confident when I wear my natural hair texture. Like, I don't at all. So I've always gotten relaxers, and I've always worn my hair in protective styles. Obviously, I know it's detrimental to think, and I know it's detrimental to our community, and it's a very privileged thing to say in comparison to the problems that brown skin and darker skinned women have to go through. I'm very aware of that. That's just one of my personal struggles, and I just wanted to say that because, yeah, texturism.
This hair is no gooder than this hair. Let's talk about it. As a result of Eurocentric beauty standards, there is a societal preference towards looser curl patterns. This is known as texturism. Now, I have locks, but my hair would be categorized as 4C. My shit is healthy, durable. I done lost my edges a few times. They always came back. Oh, bashata. But I will never be seen as having good hair by those in my community because mine is not wavy or fine enough. Now, thankfully, my mother provided enough positive reinforcement to where I never felt no way about it. Shout out to Tammy. But even as a child, I recall hearing derogatory comments from other black people about nappy hair. Y'all be posting pictures of your newborn's placenta perm talking about my baby got good hair. The damn child still smells like your uterus and you're already giving it a complex. Texturism is the reason why we have to fight to wear our natural hair in certain spaces.
I walked into work yesterday and my manager was like, "Oh my gosh, your hair is beautiful. I have a doll that looks just like you." I side-eyed her a little bit because you know how these people be, right?
It's also the reason why some black women chemically alter their hair texture. So y'all, if your hair is healthy, then it's good, regardless of the texture. And even if it ain't healthy, you're doing your fucking best, okay? Your mama shouldn't have permed your hair when you was little.
So Nina Simone got on here, told y'all that she's very insecure about her 4C hair. And as a light-skinned woman, she doesn't feel like she meets the beauty standard. And y'all do what y'all always do, which is lose the fucking plot. Y'all sitting up here arguing about whether or not black women actually like their 4C hair. And this girl basically crying about the fact that she can't fully benefit from colorism as a light-skinned woman because she has 4C hair. Like, how is that going over everybody's head? Y'all getting on here making think pieces like y'all some real intellectuals, and the material is right there. Clock it! Because there's no other reason for her to specify her being light-skinned. As a light-skinned woman, I don't feel like I meet the beauty standard. Whose beauty standard? Oh, you mean colorists who expect all light-skinned women to have loose curly hair? Of course. And it's crazy because I've seen a lot of light-skinned women get on TikTok and do this. Like that one girl who was like, I don't feel like I'm light-skinned because I have black features. And she had a wide nose and big lips. And you think to yourself, like, how does that negate the fact that your skin is light? But these girls are truly referencing the perception of light-skinned girls under the gaze of colorists. Because colorist people are usually featurists and texturists. Excuse my speech impediment. But yeah, most of these women were expecting to gain from the privilege of being light-skinned due to colorism, and it's not working out for them, and it's like really defeating them. Boo-hoo, I don't care. What I do care about is the number of black women who are getting on here like dry defending her by trying to call out other black women for telling them, oh, y'all just pretending to be mad. Y'all don't like 4C hair either. Who don't like 4C hair? Like, I really want to understand the logic of someone who claims to be pro-natural hair, pro-4C hair, constantly perpetuating the narrative that everybody hates 4C hair, including black women. Like, how is that progressive? Like, let's be honest right now. And the doubt that y'all have that black women actually do love their 4C hair and are offended by texturism is so weird to me. Like, do you want black women to love their hair and embrace their hair, or do you want them to believe that everybody hates their hair so that they can internally hate their hair and never want to wear it? Like, y'all seriously don't make sense, and you're not doing it right. A lot of y'all, I just feel like y'all want somebody to feel superior to. Because I guess you have natural hair pride, and you think it makes you better than somebody to say, oh, you don't love your natural hair. Like, go get the hell on. Y'all are not helping at all.
I feel like as a light-skinned black woman, I don't fit the beauty standard because of the texture of my hair. I just don't feel confident when I wear my natural hair texture.
The girlies did not like this one, okay? But I'm gonna give y'all perspective. We know colorism is a thing, but texturism is also a thing. She feels inadequate. Not saying, girl, grit a grip, but she feels inadequate, which is relatable to a lot of black women because of the texture of her hair. It says that she's not mixed. Whole while her face is screaming, what? Exotic, oh, biracial. You know, she has that look that a lot of women be trying to have because they feel like it's more desirable within the black community, especially. We know how black people hold them others up, but when that hair is out, it's undeniable. That's a Negro. You know what I mean? It probably affects her with those colorist and texturist dudes because before they see that hair texture, it's giving something else. And once they see it, it's like, oh, wait, I thought you would. You know what I mean? You just black. Amen. But that's beautiful things to be. Let's get that started. 4C hair is gorgeous. We are exotic. We are the exotic ones, which is what makes it so crazy that we literally look like nobody else on the planet, but they're considered exotic for something that's typical. What? It's like when you see those dark-skinned women with loose hair texture, but they're considered, oh, you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl. You're the standard. You're the exception. Because sometimes it's not even just about your skin. It's about what comes with the skin. The hair texture, you know what I'm saying? The facial features, are they big? Are they small? You know, there's a lot of things that go into colorism as an umbrella. Be proud of your blackness. You know what I'm saying? Don't hide it. You know, you too busy out here trying to be something you're not. And when I come on here and tell y'all girls wear wigs and weaves all the time because they're uncomfortable in their skin, is no, that's not true. We just want to do what we want with our hair. Yeah, okay. Nothing wrong with trying new stuff, but the people who can't even go out without the wigs and the weaves and all that stuff, I hear you. I see you.
I have been seeing a lot of discourse about light skins or mixed people with type 4 hair, type 4C hair, afro hair, and I just want to give my two For background, I am Dominican, I'm Afro-Dominican, but I'm also mixed Dominican, so I have a lot of white ancestry. I'm pretty much half and half. And as you can see, my natural hair is type 4. I would describe my curls as being 4A, 4B. I have never once felt like I didn't fit into a beauty standard. Again, this is just me speaking about it because of my proximity to whiteness, because of my light complexion. I have been told many times to people that my hair looks good on just me. Mind you, my natural hair is an afro. People have been wearing afros forever, but people have told me this hair looks good only on you. And I can't help but feel really icky when I hear that. When I first went natural, I had no idea what kind of curls I would have because I had a relaxer for so long because my mom had a relaxer for so long. So no one really knew what was going on under this perm. So when an afro, a type 4 afro, tiger curls came out of my head, I had to unpack why I was so hesitant to accept this part of me. And part of that, realizing that I was raised in a way where certain curls were good and other curls were bad. They were pelo malo. But that being said, I always felt like going natural for me was a lot easier than when my darker skin friends went natural because I would not get called nappy head as much as they would. I would not get called all these like really weird, icky things. Instead, I would get called things like exotic. Oh my God, shorty, what are you mixed with? That kind of vibe. I definitely do think skin complexion plays a factor into why some curls are considered good and some aren't. Also, doesn't help that when you look up curly hair tutorial on like YouTube or TikTok, what you get is a bunch of like racially ambiguous loose curls, tight curls, but never coils, never kinks, never afros. I feel like the beauty standard will always lean proximity to whiteness. So having lighter skin when you have a certain hair texture sort of makes life a little bit easier because you don't get called a bunch of derogatory things like your darker skin counterparts do. And that's a sad fucking fact. But yeah, we all gotta unpack like what curls are good and what curls are bad. Because if it comes out of your head, how could it be bad? I feel like there's definitely a difference between like not liking the way you look with your natural hair and straight up hating your hair. I also find it kind of icky when women who look like me tell women who are darker what they should or shouldn't do with their hair because it's like I will never know what it's like to go through the world looking a certain way with this hair texture. So I'm not in a place to speak on it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yesterday, my son comes into the room and he's like, Mom, can you tell me how to tell this girl nicely that I don't like her? So I'm just like, okay, sure. Let me see your phone because it was in a text message. Let me see your phone. Let me see what kind of conversation y'all been having and go from there. And before y'all start, I already told my son I would like to tell the story. And he said, that's A-okay. Okay. The reason, to give you a little bit of backstory, why he probably asked was in the 5th grade. A girl told him that she liked him. And my son responded, I don't like you, in a very harsh and matter-of-fact type of way. Now, my son is very honest and he's very upfront, which I love about him. But he has to learn how to say stuff with some cool. So that's why he came and asked, because, he wanted to make sure he wasn't hurting the girl's feelings. Anyway, so I'm reading the text message, and the first text message that was sent was from the girl. And she says, I like you, but I heard you're only into light skins. And I was like, whoop, hold on, wait a minute. So I'm like, before I even give you no solution on how to nicely tell this girl that you are not interested, I need some backstory on why she feels like you only like light-skinned girls. He responds that him and his friends were having a conversation, and that's actually how the girl got his number from one of his friends. That's a whole nother story that we have to talk about another time, right? So him and his friends were having a conversation about what type of girls they like, light skin or dark skin. And my son said that he chose light skin. So I said, okay, well, what was your reason for choosing light skin? Why do you prefer light skinned girls? Now, for reference, my son is 13. He's in the 8th grade. Anyway, he says he was just giving him an answer. He don't really care either way, but he just said light skin off the top. Okay. Now, of course, I know as a mental health professional that the psychology of the child's mind is what you see typically is what you're attracted to. If it goes back to the Oedipus and the electrocomplex, right? So as his mother, to me, I consider myself to be brown skin. But if I had to lump myself in my dark skin or my light skin, I would be in the light skin boat. Okay, that's probably where most people will put me. My mother, who was a big influence in my son's life, she is light skinned. There's no brown skin about her. His father's mother is light skinned. So I get the relation to why he would probably in his brain, without even thinking, think light skinned women are more attractive or more appealing or whatever the case is. Now, if you're an OG here, you already know what it is. For me, it's black men only, right? And I instill that type of solidarity within black men with sense, right? I instill that type of solidarity into my son as well, like black women only. Now, of course, when he get big and he go and do his own thing, he can choose who he want to choose. I can't control that, but I know what I'm gonna teach. Period, right? So I was like, I'm not holding the conversation you have with your friends against you. You said what you said. That's y'all bro talk. Do you whatever. But when it comes time for you to date, because he's 13, he ain't dating right now. That's not even a thing, okay? But when it does come time, choose women based on who they are, what they can offer you in the relationship, and not the hue or their shade of blackness. Please teach your children, your male children especially, about the effects of colorism, because baby, we do not need any more of these derelicts like we've been seeing on the internet.
So I get a lot of ignorant comments like this. First of all, when I buy my wigs, it doesn't say white hair. It says Malaysian, Peruvian, Brazilian, which does not equate to white. And just for some more information, straight hair is not white people hair. Straight hair is genetics. Black people can be born with straight hair. Asian people can be born with straight hair. Dominican people can be born with straight hair. And just for your information, Native Americans had straight hair and they were here before white people were. And just to sprinkle a little bit more education for you, Black people are the most diverse group. We are beings who have dominant genetics. Dominant genes can produce recessive traits. Hence why Black people can be born with straight hair and colored eyes. So before you go in my comment section, make sure that you're educated. Thanks.
I just said I don't like women with my complexion. I like light-skinned women. I want you to be lighter than me. I love African-American women, but I just don't like my skin complexion.
Okay, well, I like your skin complexion.
We too gutter. Black people, my complexion, we too gutter. Light-skinned women, they most sensitive,
Some dark-skinned women out here sensitive.
No, they too tough. They too tough. Light-skinned women, we could break them down more easy, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. We shout out to Chinese TV, you already know.
I have 4C hair, and texturism doesn't really bother me anymore, just because I decided I wasn't going to let strangers determine how I present myself or my hair. But it really irritates me when it comes from family members or like people that are close to me. So I just got off a FaceTime call with my sister, and I didn't know she was with certain family members of ours. And one of them, very young little girl, she's like under 13. She's mixed, black and white. I didn't have my bonnet on because I was giving myself a scalp massage, and she makes comments about my hair, saying like my twists look like spiders and stuff. And it's not the first time she's made comments about like how I wear my hair. She's called it like crazy before, and like she'll like ask me to pick her up so she can like pull on my wig and say, haha, I got your wig. But stuff like that really starts to get to me, and I don't really say anything. Just because like she's a kid and I don't want to, I don't want to be rude, but yeah, I'm putting a stop to that. I'm not going to allow this little girl to grow up thinking that it's okay to be texturist and colorist, because I feel like that's definitely the path she's heading down. But it's also like, it's really weird that my family doesn't correct this kind of behavior, if that makes sense, especially her father, because her father is black and her mother is white. So, I mean, not too surprising there, but it's just something that really irritates me when it comes from people that are close to me. I've also had similar comments made by others who were close to me. Someone has said that my hair reminded them of a male rapper. I remember one time when I wanted to try that viral rice water soap, I told my friend about it because she had one too, and she said it wasn't meant for my hair. It was meant for like straight, like really straight hair, and I clearly don't have that, but it was just like, I don't know, because like I've used rice water before I even met her, so it was like, I don't know why she would make those kinds of comments. But I've had like people make comments about my hair, but I don't really care when it comes from strangers. But if it comes from somebody I know, just know that I will put you in your place and I won't think twice about it.
I love such coping mechanism, and from this video I just want to highlight a few things that can help us deal with such people with discriminatory views, such as texturism and colorism. This requires a balance of confidence. This girl, the way she went on to explain in her video, she started educating people. She's like, you coming here ignorant comment. This shows the level of self-confidence that she has, and also she responded with self-assurance, and she was confirming to them that her worth and her, like, she was challenging their harmful beliefs. And this is the way to go. You educate people who don't understand their biases, and shift their perspectives, and educating them. That's how she went on to deal with them, and it's helped her. It's helped her. And I like interacting with such content where people don't mind about what people say about them. They just come up and educate you. They put you in your place by educating you, Yeah. And also, setting clear boundaries can also ensure that emotional well-being. And one thing to note, when it's a family member who makes a criticism on what you are going through, what your challenge is, it can be felt differently. But it's also good to surround yourself with positive people who can communicate things that reinforce your confidence. Yeah. That people who are inclusive. Yeah. Because diversity is power. Diversity is something that people should embrace with love, because that's what makes the world spicy. That's how I would say. I kind of feel like um if she's confident enough, she can show off for what she got. Yeah. Like, confidence is everything, and whatever you tell yourself is what ruins you. So being positive about yourself, celebrating yourself, and self-insurance, because everything that people come out with and to communicate to you doesn't have an impact on you if you are assuring positive things to yourself, and that's the way to go. That's my thought on this. Always speak positive. And if you're a parent, like, speak positively to your children. The way the lady also spoke of how her mother helped her wear her natural hair with confidence, Don't make criticism that makes your children start doubting themselves. There's no beauty standard that you're supposed to fit right here. You're beautiful the way you are. So that was it about this video. Hope it was beneficial to you as it was for me. And don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comment section, and I love and appreciate you. You're welcome to also share your suggestions of content through the comment section. I appreciate you.